the body, unleavened bread, and the manna from heaven. In the wilderness, Yahuwah demonstrated his provision and care by feeding his people with manna from heaven, as recorded in Exodus 16:4. Then said Yahuwah unto Moses, Behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day, that I may prove them whether they will walk in my law or no. This daily provision, unknown to their fathers, was more than sustenance. It was a lesson in dependence on Yahuwah for every need, echoing Deuteronomy 8:3. And he humbled thee, and suffered thee to hunger, and fed thee with manna, which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee know that man doth not live by bread only, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of Yahuwah doth man live. As they entered the promised land, this heavenly bread ceased, marking a new chapter of reliance on the fruitfulness of the land Yahuwah provided. Similarly, the unleavened bread, partaken during Passover, symbolizes purity and the absence of sin. It was not merely a dietary preference, but a profound symbol pointing to Yahusha, the bread of life, who declared, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst. John 6:35. At the Last Supper, a pivotal moment occurred as Yahusha took bread, broke it, and shared it with his disciples, saying, This is my body, given for you. This act wasn't just a gesture of fellowship. It was the establishment of a new covenant, his body symbolizing the perfect sacrifice, unleavened by sin, offered once for all. This moment fulfilled the prophecies and symbols scattered throughout Scripture, from the manna in the wilderness to the prophetic feast outlined in Isaiah 58:7, urging us to share our bread with the hungry and embody the mercy and compassion of Yahuwah. This living bread, Yahusha, sustains us not just physically but spiritually, inviting us into a deeper communion with the divine. As we remember his sacrifice, let us also remember the invitation in Matthew 6:11, Give us this day our daily bread, a request for physical provision and a deeper spiritual nourishment found in Yahusha alone. Through him, we're reminded that our sustenance isn't merely of this world, but rooted in the eternal word of Yahuwah, as echoed in Matthew 4:4, Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. Think of this bread as more than just a meal. It's like the air we breathe, or the water we drink. Essential. It's about getting back to basics, relying on what truly keeps us going. So, have you had your daily bread? It's not just about physical hunger. It's about feeding your inner self, finding solid ground in a world that keeps shifting. It's simple, really. Just as you wouldn't skip meals or ignore thirst, don't overlook this fundamental nourishment for your spirit.